My name is Gracie Baker, and the sport venue that I chose was a Sugar Hollow Park in Bristol, Virginia. It's a recreational park with several softball fields, soccer fields, and playgrounds. First thing that I came across at the softball field was the bridge. It did not have any signs indicating slippery when wet or any warning signs. I classified this risk as a high frequency and moderate loss because someone could easily trip and fall and break a limb, twist an ankle, especially when it's raining. The treatment for this would be transfer and reduction. Transfer being letting another provider take on the liability, and reduction being to prevent future injuries from happening, so simply putting signs up. The second thing I came across was an electrical box, which was right out in the middle of the softball field, in between the two dugouts. It was not closed off. As you can tell, the danger and high voltage signs are fading and you can barely read them. A lot of times people actually sit on these during the games, so I classified this as a medium frequency but a critical loss. If someone were to get shocked, they could easily die. Transfer and reduction is the treatment that I chose, and for reduction, that would be simply to block it off or have warning signs up, something to let people know they're not allowed to sit on this. Third thing I found was something that was embedded into the sand, looks like some sort of metal rod. Several people easily trip over this because it's kind of hard to notice when you're walking. I classified this as a high frequency but moderate loss risk, and the treatment would be, again, transfer and reduction. And another thing I noticed was at the bleachers, on this side there is no railing, and on this side there is. I'm not really sure why. There's a lot of elderly people that are at these fields watching their grandkids play and that type of thing. So they could easily trip and fall and break a hip or fall on top of other people, causing more injuries. I classified this as a high frequency but a moderate loss. The treatment would be transfer and reduction. Reduction would be simply to put up another railing or something that others can hold on to prevent falling. The last thing that I noticed was the wiring in the fence was very loose, and there were several wires hanging and dangling down. As I said earlier, there are a lot of kids that come to this park. They can easily latch onto their shorts or their clothing, causing them to fall or could scratch them. I classify this risk as medium frequency and low loss, and the treatment is to retain and reduction. Retaining being that the organization would take on full responsibility for any injuries that occurred, and reduction would be that they need to clean up all the wiring and make sure it's all tight and secured around the railing. And that is all that I found at Sugar Hollow Park.